Welcome to Once Upon a Roll, where we recap the epic adventures of our heroes in Nyxalia. This week we recap episode 10, The Keys to the Future. The cart rolled gently along the dirt roads that wound their way through the mountain plains between Blackfall and Whistlestone. The party sat weary but happy in the back as the mass of free folk walked proudly behind them. The cheerful chatter and mirth that filled the air reached its crescendo as the sight of the town brought tears and cries of relief. People began to run back to their homes, loved ones, families. The party slowly drove the cart into town, the feeling of relief and love that radiated from the townsfolk, filling them with all kinds of energy that they had not felt in a long time. People young and old coming to thank them personally, giving gifts and praise unlike anything they had known before. Was this what it was like to be seen as heroes? Eliza Harrowbrook was waiting for them in the centre of town as the party walked, battered but victorious, into the centre of the township. The gathering crowds hushing down as Eliza greeted her new champions of Whistlestone with open arms and rousing words. It was a victory, not just for them, but for the whole town, and everyone in it who played their part in making sure its people were brought home safely. With great pride, she presented the party with a key. They had earned their place in Whistlestone, and for as long as they wished to call it so, the town would be their home. The promise of a huge celebratory party at the end of the week in the minds of everyone. The party gathered themselves up and slowly walked up the rugged cobble road that led to their home. Hearthwatch Hall was a rather large, grandiose-looking house that was finer than nearly all of them had ever lived in. With beautiful wooden decorations and more than enough space, they excitedly and with full hearts explored as they claimed beds and spaces for themselves. Finding drink, food and the comforts of home, they ate and talked into the late hours of the night, sharing a proper meal together. It hadn't been so long since they had escaped Blackfall Mine and broken the chains that kept them imprisoned. But each of them truly believed that they could call each other friends. Before turning in for the night, comforting words and emotions were shared as the week before them opened up with much promise. With the town rebuilding around them and the people healing, resting and working hard to fortify everything, the party took some time to rest, some much more than others. Near death will take it out of you after all. And starting to prepare themselves for what might come next. They aided the townsfolk in their repairs, healing and training as best they could, but also starting to train themselves and improve the skills and talents they already had. They were sticking together, and it was going to be a dangerous road ahead of them. As the day of the celebration broke over the horizon, all of them had found a new part of themselves that only such hardships can bring. Stronger resolves, a desire to be more, to bring more, to be strong enough to help the world. As the party started fast and burst into full swing, as all the people of Whistlestone threw themselves fully into the celebration, a raucous cacophony of laughter and music, drinking and eating, dancing and freedom, and at its centre our heroes, truly cutting loose under the beauty of the clear night sky and the dancing lights all around them. As the night wore on and the party seemed to show no signs of slowing down, Ulrich found himself receiving something most peculiar, a letter specifically for him. Finding his friends and a table with enough light, he looked to a seal that was all too familiar and the request within. Keon, a member of the Sentinels of Verdance and old contact of Ulrich's, had called out for someone he could trust to help. A mission needed undertaking, and Ulrich was the man he wanted. Knowing he needed to answer this call, Ulrich asked his friends if they still wished to adventure together and take up this mission with him. It was a very easy answer for all of them. And so the party had a new destination, Duskport, and the city that holds their next adventure. And so our tale comes to a close, for now. But the world of Nyxalia still turns, and our hero's journey is far from over. Rest well, dear listener, and dream of grand adventures yet to come. Until next time, may your dice roll true and your stories be ever bound in legend. Good night.